as Black women to kind of understand. We don't always have to go lay on the table.
Yeah.
Which laying on the table is fine. I am an advocate of plastic surgery.
Okay. Welcome back to Behind the Game with Terri. I'm Terri, your host, and this is
Antoinette, this Black girl fit.
And let's get this thing started, okay? So what inspired you to do this Black Girl Fit? Like, what was the process and the journey?
This Black girl fit versus step aerobics, right? So I work a 9 to 5, right? I work for the government. I work in law enforcement. I was miserable at work. I would come home from work every single day and just complain. So my partner, he was like, find something you like to do and let's invest in it. I like to exercise. And at the time, step aerobics was kind of like, it was like extinct, it was gone. It wasn't around. So I would like trying to find like old YouTube videos. And I found someone, his name was Philip at the time, with Extreme Fitness. He was bringing step aerobics back. And I just started doing classes online. And I'm like, I always wanted to be an instructor, so why not instruct what I love?
And then with step aerobics and this Black Girl Fit, what was the launch? When was the launch of
The launch was, so March or either February 2019.
Okay.
I had been practicing. I've been watching Phil for a while online, going his classes. And I noticed he was certifying people. So I had just started my journey here, my fitness journey here. And step aerobics is nowhere in Florida. So I told my boyfriend, I'm like, listen, we're going to bring step aerobics to Florida. Like, that was my goal. I wanted to be known in Florida. Miami Gardens is fine for right now. But I'm like, I want to be known in Florida as the step aerobics instructor. So we got in the car, me and my dad, and we traveled to Rock Hill, North Carolina. It's north of South Carolina. And I became certified. So I brought it home and I said, you know what? I want to inspire people who look just like me. So I'm a Black woman and I'm into fitness. So why not be this Black girl fit? So when a person wears the brand, they can also be this Black girl fit too. So that's
what's up. That's up. So with COVID happening and everything, you did online classes.
I did.
So how was that? Because that was my first time actually joining this Black Girl Fit.
Okay, so the COVID classes at first were fun. It was fun because it was new.
Yeah.
Right? After a while, it became kind of boring because I don't know if you noticed, at first I had like Omar with me. I had patience.
Yes.
I'm like, so I would call them and say, hey, come on, let's step. And they was like, not today. I'm taking a nap. They're upstairs. It's cold in the house. So it was like, they didn't want to join me no more.
Right.
So it didn't feel right doing it by myself, because I am on the screen in front of a speaker with a microphone. I'm looking at everyone who's interacting, but it wasn't the same because I would literally see people in their kitchen
like
stirring up
and doing it.
Yeah, like cooking, but just looking at the screen like, and I was like, not doing nothing, So it kind of was like, it kind of just faded away from me. I don't think if I was to do the online class again, it'd be in a setting like this.
Yeah.
Like me by myself with the cameras and just something for people to watch versus doing something interactive over Zoom.
So then after the Zoom, the virtual workouts, how was the transition to coming back into this facility?
So the transition was kind of hard. Well, it was hard and it wasn't hard, right? Because it wasn't hard because people were ready to get out their house.
Yeah.
They wanted to come outside, but it was hard because you had people really coming in with masks on.
Yeah.
And you can't really breathe with the mask on,
Yeah.
You can't breathe with the mask on. They didn't want you to walk past them. I don't know. Okay, so when I first started too, I had a big theme. When a person would come to my class, I always went to introduce myself, and I always embrace people with hugs because I feel like hugs just make the welcoming a little more warm, After COVID, you couldn't do that. So it was like when they would come to class, it was just like, hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, I'm over these masks.
Right.
And then you'll find masks everywhere on the floor there, pull it down to breathe. It was just
too much.
So it was good because they were coming to class, but it was bad because you had to talk to them like this.
Right.
So that was right.
So let's talk about beginners and advanced steps. So let's run through beginner steps. Like, what do you do through beginners?
Okay, so beginner step is me really introducing myself to them. Yeah. Right. With beginner stuff, I try to focus on the beginner moves, right? Because the beginner moves is what's going to teach you the foundation of doing the step aerobics, right? But it's hard because I think what tends to happen is you have some beginners that's not so beginner, but scared of advance. So they join us in the beginners classes, and then you see the people who are like brand new beginners. Yeah, they want to be like the not so beginners, and it's like, hey, they're watching. You know, it's like, don't watch the person step around you. Let me teach the basics. You know, follow the instructor. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to my verbiage. Let me explain to you what's going on. It doesn't always work that way. You know, they want to move so fast, but it's like you got to start from the bottom up. You know, so beginning, I try to just focus on the verbiage, the count, getting them to understand that the board is really their friend. You know, it's not so bad.
It's not bad at all.
No, you have to pick up your feet. You know, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So when I ask you to count or say things back to me, it's me getting to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. That type of stuff. But yeah, you know, I love advance.
You love it advance down, honey. We get down at advance. We get down there.
Because advance, you don't have to. So advance is now me also getting involved with the class. You know, I don't have to slow things down. I don't really have to instruct as much. Yeah, I can just come in and go to work with you guys. You know, because you know sometimes I never get a chance to be a student. Advance gives me that option. Yeah, so
we do teach. I do be showing her.
I can't wait. It's like, where's Terri? She not in class.
I be working.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Okay, you coming back.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Thank goodness I'm coming back.
Yeah, I hear that? She coming back.
I'm coming back. Thank goodness. So how you always have this high energy, which is always great for me, especially because I'm feeding off you.
Right.
Because you have to feed off your instructor. So what is it like to keep motivating people to come back to step aerobics? Like,
I think the motivation to come back is the hard part.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do versus what not to do. You know, I think sometimes my high energy sometimes may rub people the wrong way because it's like they can't figure out why she always so high.
Right.
When it's just natural, you know? Natural because I love what I'm doing. I never mind coming to teach step aerobics. Sometimes, I get tired or, you know, I get a little frustrated, but my frustration comes from my passion because I really want people to be involved. Like, I really want you to try.
Right.
Don't come and give me a lazy workout. You could have stayed home to be lazy. You know, don't give me your money. Don't waste your time coming inside the gym with us to get here and be lazy. Like, you know, it's like you could have stayed home. So sometimes I do get frustrated with that. And sometimes I may say things that may rub someone the wrong way. So I think that my high energy, it works for me and it works against me, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the motivation to try to get me to come back, I think that's the hard part. If I knew the secret or the recipe for that, Terri, like, you know, I don't know.
It's just them having the willingness to come back too. It's all about determination, dedication. Like, what's really their goal? So maybe talking to them and figuring out what's their goal.
Yeah.
And then maybe putting a plan together for them also too. Because remember, everybody's not like us.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So it's like we have that motivation to. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going.
Right.
You're gonna have to pull it out of people. That's
I try. You know, I think I bump into a lot. You bump into a lot of resistance with that.
Yeah.
Because even though they feel like, oh, I'm here. This is what I want to do. They don't want to hear like, hey, you have to work for it.
Right.
You know, it's not about perfection. It's about progression. So like, you have to come back. Yeah. You know, you're not gonna get 3 knees around the first try.
Nobody's gonna get that.
You may not get L step the first try, but like I tell them, I'm here. Oh, can you send me a video of you? No,
come back.
I'm here. You come here. You know, right? So I don't know, but I think you're right. Maybe I should start doing that. Look at something, drop a plan.
Because I do want more people to come to advance too. Because it's fun around here. It's fun. I get you. I'll get you there.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we talked about extreme fitness a little bit, and then you parted ways with extreme fitness. So can you talk a little bit more about that? Was it?
You know, to be honest, I miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the biggest issue for me was I was in class number 8. I think now they're up to like maybe class 250 is some big number, right? So of course, we know things are smaller. You don't have that many rules in place.
Right.
So, you know, of course, with time comes change. With change comes resistance.
Yes.
I think when it was happening, I wasn't ready for what they were presenting me with as far as to change them.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't there because I felt like, you know, I should be grandfathered in. Why do I have to change so many things? You know,
Right.
especially because I feel like I was a great addition to it. Which I believe the feelings were mutual.
Yeah.
It's just I think I was more resistant because I wasn't ready to change. Yeah.
You was just wanting to stay just how you was.
I wanted to stay. I wanted to not stay how I was, but I wanted to please my crowd here versus pleasing them. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Because I see it in a way too, because they do have their own way of instructing versus like with us, we have either Trap Thursdays or like,
Miami's a little different.
Right, it's a little different than the up north. It's a little
we're a little different with the music and the speed and the rotation of classes and how things are done. And I don't think I was able at the time to voice that and really explain that.
Yeah.
Because they're not from here. It's based in Ohio. So a lot of things are more like further up north than down here in the South. So it was a little different. Yeah. So I wanted to please here. I wanted to please my audience versus their audience. So
I do think it was a good thing that you left in a way. I know that you miss it, but I do think it's a good thing that you left because you already created that audience for yourself.
Right.
And they always come to your class. So hear the different music. They hear the Miami music. Because I come to class, I need to listen to Miami music or I need to listen to trap music.
Right.
When I step, not the same music that I hear on the radio and step into that. Because that doesn't feel right to me. I need to.
The feel is not there.
The feel is not there. And then the rhythm is not there for me either.
Correct.
So I see why you have that communication.
That was basically what it was really about. You can't explain it. Like I didn't know how to put it in words. I knew how to put it in words, but even if you put things in words, you can write it. You can show it to them. If their defense is up, they still won't understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
Understand. So now you have this Black girl is fit, which is bold and empowering. So what do you want us women to take away from that message alone?
Okay, the one message I would love for every woman to take is that your fitness journey, your goal does not have a number. Whatever that scale says does not define who you are as a person, right? You have to make fitness a part of your lifestyle. And it's not just about it's not about the numbers. Who cares about what the scale says? It's more about how do you feel? How do you eat? How do you take care of yourself? How do your clothes fit? How do you feel this morning? It's mental, it's emotional, it's physical. It's all these things in one that I want us as Black women to kind of understand. We don't always have to go lay on the table. Yeah. Which lay on the table is fine. I'm an advocate of plastic surgery. Okay. Like I will tell a person, hey, you work very hard. Sometimes you have to do a little thing, do something different to get the results you want to see. There's nothing wrong with it. But then now what are you going to do to keep up with it? Right. Because now that you started.
Now that you got the work done, now you have to.
You got to keep it up.
Right.
You got to keep it going. Now what? So my biggest thing I would love for us Black women to know is that fitness does not have a number. It's a journey. It should be a lifestyle. It should be a way you live your life. Incorporate this in your lifestyle. Just like you incorporate getting your hair and your nails done and dressing nice and smelling nice and going to work. Give at least an hour of your day.
I feel like we're missing that message when it comes to you have to now incorporate that lifestyle when folks do go ahead and lay on the table. I feel like we're missing that message, that journey. Listen, now that you got the work done, now you got to put in the work to keep the body done.
You got to keep it
right. Got to keep it up.
Yeah, you got to keep it up. Keep it right, keep it tight.
Hey. What's been the hardest part about growing this brand in a way?
Reaching a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like I've reached everyone in the Miami Gardens area. Miami Gardens, we have Miami Gardens on lock.
Yeah.
Not Miramar, not Fort Lauderdale, not Doral, not Fort Lauderdale. I don't think I've reached them just yet.
If you were to create an ultimate workout playlist with 3 songs only,
I've been thinking about this for a while, right? So I think if it was 3 songs only, that's so hard.
But you can add remixes to that and all.
So one song I know I love to death is Lose Control with Sierra, Missy Elliott, and Fat Man School.
Yes.
That has to be on the playlist. Yes. Okay. And then it's I like old music. So I like Whip It.
I like whip it too. I
Yes.
like it.
So whip it is a good one. Who's seen whip it? Something bad. I can't think of who's seen whip it right off the top of my head. Whip it is a good one. So you have to have whip it, lose control, and probably bottom of the map by Jeezy. You gotta go with bottom of the that
Yeah.
the trap.
Yes. What's harder, leading a class or actually learning the steps? It's like a new move.
Learn the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way harder. Leading the class now was like cake. I can even put on the headset now. I'm like, all right, y'all, come on. That's cake. I've been doing it since 2019, so you know it's repetitive.
Right.
But learning a new move, no, I have to like literally focus and get the count together and then try it, execute it to get it to where I'm able now to then teach it. So no, that's way harder.
How do you feel when I be teaching the step?
Why you think I want you to teach so much? I love it because now you teach it, like you challenging me as well. So now you challenge me, and that's a challenge for me to teach them. So I'm with it. So it's like, oh, do another one.
It'd be hard learning the steps too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I look at videos or like there are other people who doing it. Yeah. I'm like,
how they do that?
How do they do that? Yeah. Like, I'm confused now. And they even in class too, because I haven't been in a while. But I see new people doing new things. I'm like, okay.
What is that?
Okay, I'm like, I'm gonna do my knees, but what are you doing?
You know what you do? So let me tell you the secret. You break everything down. You know what a scissor is. You know what a shuffle. Most advanced movements include either scissor or shuffle. You learn what a scissor shuffle is, and you'll get it.
Yeah, cause I'll be.
And then the count. Get the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look for that count.
So this is my last question before we get to my favorite part of the show.
Okay.
What's one piece of advice you would give women and even men who are about to start their fitness journey or they're going on their fitness journey and they're hitting a wall? Like, why is this not happening?
Because it's about progression. Don't give up. Yeah. No matter what, don't give up. It's about progression and not perfection. You will not see results if you stop. Don't stop. That's it. Just don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. You got to keep going.
Okay. So, you have any shout outs you want to give out to anybody?
I do have a shout out. So, let's give a shout out. He is here. So, this is my other half who kind of inspired me to start this Black Girl Fit. Hey, Omar, can you come in the camera right quick, please? Omar, come here. So, this is Omar. This who helped me, inspire me to start this Black Girl Fit. And
he likes to start with me.
He think he can outstep Terri. He can't outstep Terri.
You know that. So don't even say that. You know that.
The next step is floor.
Oh my God. All right, bye. So I think that's Omar. So then we have D, Coach D. So he's the owner of I Can Fitness. He gave me a chance. And you know what his advice was to me? Be consistent. That's one thing he said. He said, I don't care what you do, just be consistent.
And that's the word of the year for me. Yeah, be consistent. Because if it wasn't for me being consistent, I wouldn't have been asking you to do this.
Right. I'm telling you, consistency is very important. That was the one thing the one rule when I said, listen, you don't have to aerobics at your gym. You know, let us start it. You know, give us a chance. And he was like, what I have to do? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is give me a schedule and work on that schedule. He was like, are you going to be consistent? And I was like, oh, why not? He was like, you don't understand. People start things and they stop. Yeah, be consistent. And here we are, 6 years later?
Yes.
19, 22,
yes, 6 years later.
6 years later, 6 years to be 8. I've been an instructor, so yeah, to be consistent. So those are my shout outs. And one time for Terri. I look forward every time she comes to class like, Terri's here.
Yes, I made my appearance again.
Yeah.
Made my appearance.
Terri's here.
So now that's my favorite part of this show. It's called Terri Steps Routine. So we will be at a different location than what you see here right now. So we're gonna head there right now. 5, 4, 3, 2. So my little cousin and I came up with this combination thanks to Antoinette, and we want you guys to do it, enjoy it, and watch. And make sure you guys stay tuned for the current events that we have every Saturday. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.